show, I attended virtually every day of the Michael Joe Jackson trial put on in this county in Santa Maria. I didn't realize until it was over that I was the only person in the media that actually attended virtually every day of the trial, because the national media was rotating in 2-week shifts. What I witnessed in that was not simply that Michael Joe Jackson, the most famous person on the planet, and presumably one of the wealthiest and best-known celebrities of our county, was actually the victim of multiple crimes during the trial. Not only was he not guilty, but the prosecutors, in fabricating evidence, actually committed crimes. And it would be hard for you to walk in and watch the trial for one day and to notice that, because you had to watch it day in and day out, week after week. I have an affidavit of criminal conduct to present to you. And I have to present it to you because in our form of government, when one branch of government totally fails to do its job correctly, and that's what happened, the judicial branch correctly came to the conclusion that Michael Joe Jackson was totally and completely not guilty, not only of the 10 felonies originally charged by Tom Sneddon, but also of the lesser 4 misdemeanors they snuck in at the end, trying to beg the jury to give them some kind of victory. The 3 felonies that I observed firsthand, and have firsthand knowledge of: fingerprint evidence, fabrication. The magazine had not been printed till 4, 5, 6 months after the
I'm sorry, Mr. Wagener, your time is up.
Thank you. I'll just give these to, we should each have a copy. One for each of you. The felonies are listed there, and I hope you will ask for a special prosecutor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Andrew Wilson, followed by Davina Basham.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Andrew Wilson, and I have an arrangement with the Michael Jackson estate. This book here is called The Broken Heart Stone, most famous handprint in history. As you know, me and my wife had arranged a situation where we owned the handprints, footprints, and autographs, autograph, and handprint of Michael Jackson in cement. It is now outside the Chinese Theater. It's currently in the process of a documentary. Right now it's in the works. And I've talked with Mr. Wagener, and what he says is not just a local issue, it's really resonating around the world. And I intend to make it a part of the documentary because there's some elements involved there in which one part of our governmental system has led us down. And we're really entrusting you voted members to hopefully carry the torch to the next level, to investigate it. Because, like I said, I'm going to make it a part of the book. I believe it's an important part, where there's a possibility that the system was abused by those in power. So, with that said, thank you for your investigation to Mr. Wagner's matter.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Davina Basham, followed by Howard Horton. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm here just to follow up on what Mr. William Wagener was talking about. I'm also representing not just fans and devoted fans, but people who see truth. And we are, including myself, we believe in the justice system, and we believe truth will always prevail. But in this case, as far as the behavior and conduct of the prosecuting team headed by Tom Sneddon, it was not. I believe if you have any personal issues or prejudice, it does not belong in a position of that kind of power. We are appointed to defend and do the right thing. And the justice should have been served. And there's court records to indicate the felonies, several of them, that was present at those months in 2005 during Michael Jackson's trial. Thank you.
Thank you.
Howard Horton, to be followed by Alice Horton.
Hello, how are you today? First thing I would like to say is thank you for having me. I would ask that you would appoint a special prosecutor to indict Tom Sneddon. I feel that Michael Jackson's name was drugged through the mud. His name was tarnished, something that he worked for his whole life, especially as an entertainer. That's very important to a person that's their whole life who lives their name. And as an African American, it's very important from the time that he came up that he had a name. And I think that also led to his untimely death. I think there were other parties involved that did help in his death, but I believe that he got on the propofol and he was put in a vulnerable position because of all the stress that he went through and all the things that he went through, and he couldn't even sleep at night. And, you know, he was already sick and had other problems that aided in that problem, and him being able to sleep. I feel these evil men, Tom Sneddon and Ron Zonin, maliciously fabricated evidence against one of the most childlike and innocent men, Michael Jackson. You didn't know them, but you know Tom Sneddon fabricated false evidence, committing 3 felonies. We the people have read the court record, and it is clear. Susan Yu and Thomas Measure lent a clear and convicting record that the 4 prosecutors committed fraud on the court and failure by the Santa Barbara District Attorney Office to prosecute one of their own is going a continuous fraud on the court, and that stops the statute of limitations. So indict Tom Sneddon, Zonin, and all of them. We're asking for justice. There's blood on their hands. This man didn't do anything deserving what happened to Michael Jackson. He was already acquitted in the court of law, and we already had him acquitted by God because he was a good man that did nothing but help children. I went to Neverland when I was a child. I saw it firsthand. He was a humanitarian. He deserved better than that, and God knows the truth. And I hope that you guys will accept the truth and indict Tom Sneddon for what he did to Michael Jackson. It was unjust. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex Horton, and followed by D. Ramirez.
Hello. I would like to say that the Aviso family used their children to coerce them to bring fraud against not only Michael Jackson, but J.C. Penney's and several celebrities, which was also brought out in court. They and Tom Sneddon ignored this fact, and he brought all this against Michael Jackson without the approval of the Child Protective Services or even the police. He jumped all of that, and he decided to bring charges against Michael Jackson. It seemed like it was a personal vendetta that he had against him. All of this is a crime against the public, and so therefore there should be an investigation to see all the things that he did, and also the semen was also Michael Jackson's semen. It seems that there was some fraud regarding that it may not have even been Michael Jackson's semen. And so there needs to be a great investigation to find out about all these different things that happened.
Thank you.
D. Ramirez, and followed by Taj Malik.
Hi, my name's Daniel Drivia. I was a long-time friend of Michael Jackson's. I met him, I'm from Australia, I met him in 1996 when he toured Australia, and we remained close friends up to when he died. And at no point through our relationship did I see anything that, like Tom Sneddon was portraying in court. He never even suggested anything of any such manner. And I really feel that from years before that, Tom Sneddon was gunning for him, and he definitely was gunning for him in 2005. And if this is the only thing I can do for Michael today, I just want to make the point that Michael was a good man, and you really need to indict Tom Sneddon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next signature is Taj Malik, followed by Priya Sahota.
Good morning. ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom. And the three felonies committed by Tom Sneddon, Ron Dillon, and Gordon Angelos. We, the people of California, the people of the United States of America, and the entire world, demand that you appoint a special prosecutor to investigate the four evidence fabricating prosecutors. Get them prosecuted and put in prison where they belong. I'm the founder of TeamMichaelJackson.com. I have in excess of 45 members on Facebook, and I have in excess of 22,000 followers on Twitter. Around the world, it's clear and evident to all of us that not only Michael Jackson fans, advocates, and fighters for the truth, that something very wrong happened during that trial. It would be an injustice to yourselves as board members of Santa Barbara to overlook that. I'm a bit anxious. I don't mean to. As a mother of 5 children, I've always taught my children to be truthful, to stand up for what's right. My daughter, who's here today, was a victim of bullying at school 4 years ago. She was hit, but she never spoke up. Since she has witnessed my advocacy for the past 4 years, now she stands up for bullies. She speaks up for the bullies. She even took it to the principal, and her own friends told her, you either be our friend or you be with the person that was bullied.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Kaya Sahota, be followed by Leslie Cole.
Hi, my name is Grace Elsa. Anyone who reads the court record can see that it's clear that Tom Sneddon, Ron Dillon, and their team committed fraud on the court. Also, Christine Stanley and Joyce Buckley, who took over their position as a district attorney, they have continued to cover up by not charging all of the district attorneys that were involved for making false evidence. Appoint a special prosecutor and put him into jail, because I'm really surprised that someone that is so high in government can provide something false and get away with it.
Thank you.
Leslie Cole.
You know what, we have a policy in the board hearing room that we don't allow clapping or booing, so thank you.
Leslie Cole, the next speaker, be followed by Larry Nimmer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leslie Cole. I'm here because, on behalf of William Wagener, the only life in the world wants justice done. Justice is the only to be had when Tom Sneddon, Rowan, and Angelos and Nicola are indicted. We would like to have an appointed special prosecutor convicted, and we would like to have these 4 individuals indicted, convicted, and sentenced to prison. Since the 2005 judicial criminal of the SB District Attorney Office, it's clear that they have conflicted of interest. It is your job to see that they are indicted. They will never indict themselves for crime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Larry Nimmer, followed by Mary Beth Close.
Larry Nimmer was due to be here today, but he had bronchitis, so I have a statement.
Go ahead.
On I, Larry Nimmer, worked with Michael Jackson during the 2005 trial here in Santa Maria. After learning from insiders about how Michael had been relentlessly persecuted by Tom Sneddon, I have come to believe that a great injustice has been done to him. Michael was one of history's greatest supporters of children's rights and showed them unparalleled respect and understanding. It broke his spirit to be unjustly accused of the opposite. Maybe initially Tom Sneddon had good intentions, however, he was confused by the unorthodox and unprecedented nature of one's history of the biggest philanthropic superstar. Due to a type of cultural and social bias, Mr. Sneddon could not believe there could be such a well-intentional adult but childlike superstar. Instead, he wanted to believe the words of people who were proven scammers and who were intent on making money off Michael. Like people before them and after them, Sneddon lost the sight of law and ability to believe in goodness and viciously pursued Michael Jackson, resembling the evil police inspector Javert in Victor Hugo's Les Miserables. I believe, like many others, that this unjust persecution of Michael Jackson led to his medical problems and finally to his death. Santa Barbara County should do something to right the wrong. Sincerely, Larry Nimmer, film producer, The Untold Story of Neverland. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mary Beth Close, to be followed by Dan Petrie.
Good morning. I realize the speakers today